This locomotive will go down as a titan of railroading, and if you have a more modern model railroad, they are an absolute necessity. I'm talking about the GE AC4400CW. What I have here is the ScaleTrains in-scale version of that, and this thing is what you build your fleets out of if you have a modern railroad. Hey everybody, my name's Jimmy. I'm drinking some Aldi brand coffee today, and this is Coffee and Trains.
This video is brought to you by Model Railroad Academy. Model Railroad Academy is your online resource for model railroad instructions, ideas, and information, with loads of tutorials and articles for model railroaders of every skill level.
One of my favorite videos that I've watched recently is making your own homemade ballast, and it's just a really cool tutorial that shows you how to make custom ballast in case you're doing a prototype that doesn't have a commercially available ballast. Plus, you can find tutorials on everything from bench work to electronics to scenery, all sorts of things there. The first 1,000 people to sign up at the link in the description below will get a full year of premium membership to Model Railroad Academy for $1.49. Offer is valid for new members only.
If you want to tell me what kind of coffee you are drinking and be featured just like these guys right here, you can do that in the comments below, and who knows, you might see your name pop up on an episode of Coffee and Trains. Also, the guy that said that I'm drinking Aldi brand coffee because I'm getting ready to buy a new locomotive, well, yeah. During their run, over 3,500 AC4400CWs were built. For perspective, that's more than the light and heavy USRA Mikados and EMD F3A and B units built combined. These are not the flashy streamline engines or the beautiful locomotives of named trains. These are workhorses. They're meant to be coupled together, attached to a few hundred cars, and use their diesel muscle and electric torque to get the goods from point A to point B. If you're modeling modern railroads in North America, this engine is a must. But let's take a look at the latest addition to my fleet. This model has all the detail you've come to expect from ScaleTrains, everything from separately applied details like grab irons to the seats inside the cab, and all of the little painted on details as well as the molded on details. You don't have to worry about the detail on these things, they're up to snuff with the rivet counter name. Now this one has an ESU Loc Sound 5 decoder in it, so let's take a listen to it. Now these things, as I said before, are fleet builders, so you can get a lot of different road numbers and quite a few road names with them. This run of engines has a variety of Union Pacific, Chicago and Northwestern, Ferromex, CSX, KCS, and what I chose, CEFX, which is a leasing company and is perfect for a freelance railroad like mine. I may have to pick up another one and make a nice consist. Anyways, let's run this thing. This locomotive is a really good runner once you get it broken in. My break-in process usually takes about 2 to 3 hours of running. I used to do those 8-hour break-ins, but I really found that after 2 or 3 hours, you're good to go. And that just gets everything just working properly, gets the gears going and everything. Now, the modern GE units that this models are ones that you cannot have too many of if your layout is set in the modern era. They're the locomotive that fills out your fleet, whether it's the 4400 or its successor, the ES44AC. These are the ones that build the bulk of your motive power, so always be on the lookout for them. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, drink some coffee, and happy railroading.